So now let's talk about how we can create a graph like this. In order to do so, first of all, we need to import a package called Networkx. So I want to import the Networkx as nx. So this is an alias name for Networkx. Then I need to create an undirected graph. So in order to do so, I simply type nx, which is the Networkx package, the alias name for the Networkx. Then I simply type the graph with capital G in order to create an undirected graph. And suppose that I want to name that graph, let's say called G. So as you can see, our graph has 5 nodes, so we want to add those nodes. So I simply type G, which is our graph, and I want to add node. And the name of the first node is A, the name of the second node is B, and etc. So you can see that we have defined 5 nodes. But now let's visualize all we have created so far. So first of all, we need to import the matplotlib package. So we want to import the matplotlib.pyplot as a PLT. That's it. And here I should simply type nx.Draw because I want to draw the graph. And the graph which I want to draw is the G graph. So here, if I simply type plt.show and if I run the code, you can see here is the output. But in order to make the graph like this one, we need to pass a couple of arguments. So the first argument that we want to pass is the node color. So the node color is going to be red, and the node underline size is going to be, for example, 3000. That's it. And now if I run a code, you can see here is the output, but we can see that we need some margins. So let's define some margins. So here I simply type plt.margins, and for example, I want to define some margins. So now if I run the code again, you can see here is the output, and we have some margins around it. And also we want to add the labels, I mean A, B, C, D, E. So in order to do so, we simply pass another argument. So we simply pass another argument called with labels. And I pass true. It means that our graph needs to have labels. So if I run the code again, you can see here's the output. But I want to change the font properties of these nodes, so let's do that. So first of all, I want to define a couple of arguments. The first one is the font color. So the first one is the font color, which I want to pass white. That's it. And the other one is a font size, which I want to pass 20. And the other one is the font family, which, for example, I want to use Times New Roman. And also I want to pass another argument called font weight, which I want to pass bold. So now if I run the code, you can see here's the output. But now we need to add edges. So in order to add edges, so let's make the code more clear. So this is our graph, these are our nodes, and this is the drawing process. And now we want to add some edges. And now in order to add the edges, so I simply type G, which is our graph, then I simply use the add edge method in order to add the edges. So the first edge we want to add is from A to C, that's it. And also we want to add some other edges from, for example, B to C, and also from B to D, and also from C to D, and also from D to E. So we can see that we have defined 5 edges. So we can see that our graph has 5 edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 edges. So now if I run the code again, you can see here is the output. But now we want to increase the width of the edges. So in order to do so, I want to pass another argument called width. So I simply pass width equals to 5. And once again, if I run the code, you can see here's the output. But maybe you ask why the output is different whenever we run the code again and again. For example, if you run the code again, you can see now the order of the output is different. And if you run the code again, you can see the order is different. So maybe you ask why it is different. Because the Networkx package is using random order for the output. So in order to handle this issue, we want to use something called random seed. So in order to do so, I want to import a couple of packages. So I want to import Numpy as NP, and also I want to import the random package. And then I simply type random.seed, and I want to pass, for example, 0 for the seed, And then I simply use a numpy.random.seed, and I want to pass 0. And if you want, you can define a variable, let's say called seed, and you can pass 0 to that variable, and you can use that variable to pass to random seed. And if you're not familiar with the random seed concept in Python programming language, you can watch the video, which the link is in the description below after this video. And maybe you ask why we are passing random seed both for random module and the Numpy package, and the reason is based on a web page which I will put a link in the description from Stack Overflow. It has said that Networkx uses both random module and also the Numpy package in order to handle random stuff. So now if I run the code again, you can see here's the output. And if I run the code again and again, you can see that because we have passed something called random seed, the output is going to be the same all the times because we have passed something called random seed. And here's another question. Can we make our graph exactly like the one you are seeing on the right side? And the answer is, of course, you can pass different coordinates in order to make your graph exactly like the one on the right side. So let's do it. And in order to do so, you can see that here is our graph. And in order to make exactly this one, you can see that, for example, suppose that these are the coordinates of these nodes. So we can pass these coordinates in order to make our graph exactly like this one. So here, because we are going to define the positions by hand, and so we don't need the random seed anymore. And here, for example, I want to define a dictionary, let's say called POS, stands for position, and the name is totally arbitrary. And for example, the position, the coordinates for node A is 1 and 5, and also you can pass the other coordinates as well. So you can see that I have typed other coordinates as well. So these are the positions of our nodes. So in order to make our graph exactly like this one, we can pass another argument called position. So we can pass another argument called position, and we pass the POS variable, which we have defined here, which is the coordinates of each node. So now if I run the code again, you can see the output is exactly like the one you are seeing on the right side because we have passed the coordinates of each node. But remember that there are other simpler ways for defining nodes and edges, which we are going to cover in future videos. Now I really suggest you to watch this video, which is on the screen now.